In the endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean, between the restless waves and uncharted depths, lies one of the strangest hidden mysteries ever recorded, an island that appears and disappears without explanation. Known by sailors as Sandy Island and marked for decades on official nautical charts, this mysterious landmass was believed to exist between Australia and New Caledonia, roughly the size of Manhattan, a place explorers swore they had seen with their own eyes. Yet in 2025, satellite data, ocean surveys, and even naval expeditions confirmed the unthinkable. The island had vanished completely, leaving behind only an empty stretch of ocean and a trail of confusion stretching back over 2 centuries. The first mention of this island dates to the early 1800s, when whaling ships and explorers logged sightings of a small black strip of land emerging from the sea, its sands glittering under the sun. It was later recorded on British and French maps, even appearing on modern Google Earth until recently. But when an Australian research vessel sailed directly to its coordinates in 2012, they found nothing. Not even a shallow reef or sandbar. Just deep, dark water plunging over 1,400 meters below. How could an entire island disappear from both history and reality? By 2025, the mystery had deepened. Advanced sonar mapping and satellite scans continued to find no trace of land, yet strange oceanographic anomalies persisted. Magnetic sensors detected localized distortions in the area, as if the Earth's field was bending unnaturally there. Even more unsettling were reports from nearby vessels whose compasses spun uncontrollably when passing through the coordinates once known as Sandy Island. Some captains described the sea as unusually still, with the air temperature dropping sharply, as though the environment itself was distorted. Others, including fishermen from Vanuatu and local Pacific tribes, claim the island was never gone. It merely hides, appearing only at certain times of the year when the ocean is calm and the moon is full. Stories passed down through generations tell of Te Wanhuna, the hidden sand, a sacred place that emerges from the sea only for those chosen by the ancestors. In some accounts, the island glows faintly at night, its surface shifting like a mirage, and those who set foot upon it are said to vanish when the tides change. Could it be a natural illusion, a mirage created by heat and light, or something far beyond science's reach? Oceanographers have proposed several theories. One suggests that Sandy Island was a pumice raft, a floating mass of volcanic rock formed from underwater eruptions that could drift for years, even decades, before sinking back into the depths. Another theory claims the island once existed, but collapsed after an earthquake or submarine landslide, erasing all physical evidence. But none of these explanations account for recent satellite readings that seem to show faint outlines of land reappearing intermittently in the same location. In April 2025, a Japanese weather satellite captured several consecutive frames showing what appeared to be a small landmass surfacing for nearly 3 hours before vanishing again beneath the waves. The data was quickly dismissed by official agencies as a sensor reflection, but independent analysts disagreed. The coordinates, shape, and heat signature matched the long-lost Sandy Island almost exactly. As word spread online, amateur researchers began digging into historical records, uncovering logbooks from 19th century sailors who claimed to have anchored there, even collecting samples of black volcanic sand. Yet none of those samples remain. They were either lost, mislabeled, or destroyed in shipwrecks over the following decades. The coincidences are unsettling, as though the island not only defies discovery, but actively resists it. Adding to the enigma, modern satellite communication systems often experience unexplained interference near the coordinates where the island once stood. Radio operators aboard cargo ships have reported strange feedback, rhythmic pulses of static that repeat in perfect intervals, unlike any known signal pattern. Some researchers at the University of Queensland began to wonder if something deep beneath the ocean floor might be responsible. Perhaps a submerged volcanic vent emitting electromagnetic radiation. However, geologists countered that no such vent has ever been recorded in that region. So what's causing the interference? And why does it seem to pulse with such uncanny precision, as though signaling something? Divers have attempted to explore the area using remotely operated submersibles, But all expeditions report malfunctions near the supposed site. In 2025, a French oceanographic team sent a drone 500 meters below the surface. It captured faint shadows moving across the seabed before the signal abruptly cut off. The footage ended with a burst of static, and when recovered, the drone's internal clock showed it had lost 6 full minutes, time unaccounted for. Some scientists quietly admit that the mystery may never be solved using conventional methods. One fringe theory gaining traction online suggests that the disappearing island may be a geographical glitch, a place that exists between physical and temporal dimensions, briefly phasing into our world before slipping away again. Proponents of this idea point to similar cases, islands recorded in the North Atlantic during the Age of Exploration that later vanished, such as High Brazil, a mythical land off Ireland said to appear once every 7 years. Could Sandy Island be a modern incarnation of such phenomena, a rift in time or space manifesting as land? While mainstream science rejects this as pseudoscience, the eerie coincidences are hard to ignore. A few months after the 2025 satellite anomaly, US Navy radar again picked up a solid return signal in the same region, just 30 kilometers from the original coordinates. The echo was large enough to represent a small island or vessel, yet when ships were dispatched, nothing was found. The radar data was later classified. Even local Pacific communities, who have long treated the area as sacred, claim to have heard low rumbling sounds coming from beneath the ocean there, deep, resonant vibrations that seem to rise from the abyss. Fishermen describe the sensation of the sea breathing, the currents shifting unnaturally, as though something immense were moving below. Could the disappearing island be the result of tectonic forces we still don't understand? Or is it something more intelligent, something that chooses when to be seen? The mystery has captured the imagination of scientists, sailors, and storytellers alike. Whatever the truth, the site remains one of the most dangerous and intriguing coordinates on Earth, where reality itself seems to blur. As 2025 progresses, exploration continues, but with caution. Some researchers now believe that the island's disappearance may not be permanent, that the Pacific hides secrets beneath its waves, waiting for the right cosmic or magnetic conditions to reveal themselves again. Perhaps in the ever-changing pulse of our planet, there are places that drift between existence and myth, places like the disappearing island, where unexplained phenomena remind us that even in an age of satellites and science, the Earth still holds hidden mysteries no one can fully explain.